Good afternoon. Today we're going to look at how monopoly making profits in the short run. Before we start looking at the profit making, we need to have a look at how monopoly will choose its price and output. So let's start with price axis and quantity axis. The first step is going to be to draw our average revenue or demand curve. So it's a normal downward sloping curve, as Monopoly is the only firm in the marketplace. Market demand is going to be a monopolist's demand. The next step is drawing Monopoly's marginal revenue curve, which is going to have double the slope of the average revenue. In order to have a look at how much Monopoly will produce, we need to find our profit maximizing level of output, and for that we need marginal cost. Now, our profit maximizing level of output is going to be where marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, or at this red point here. Okay, so if we now transfer ourselves to the quantity axis, we will get Monopoly's Q star, or in this case I marked it as QM. So that is the output that Monopoly will choose to produce in order to maximize profit. Now, a very common mistake that people make when they choose Monopoly's prices is to go across here, which is not correct, since the price is given by the Monopoly's demand curve or Monopoly's average revenue curve. So to get the Monopoly's price, we need to go up to the demand curve at the level of output Q star, or QM in our case, and then go across to the price axis. And this will yield us the price that Monopoly will charge for its products. So you can see that basically Monopoly is producing QM level of output, and the demand curve's point that corresponds to will actually give us the corresponding price for that quantity. So therefore PM is exactly that price. Now, in order to now find the profit that Monopoly is making, we need to draw the average total cost curve. Note that the lowest point on the average total cost curve is always sitting on marginal cost. And if I want to show the profit-making Monopoly, I will need to draw average total cost curve below average revenue curve at the level of output QM. So our level of output QM will guide us to the point on the average total cost curve that will give us the cost of producing each unit that Monopoly is making. So if we go across, we get our average total cost at QM level of output. So as you remember, the profit per unit will be the difference between the price that Monopoly is charging, given by this red dot on the demand curve, and we can see that this is a price PM, and the average total cost at the output QM, which is per unit cost for this monopolist of producing the output. So therefore the difference between P and ATC will give you the per unit profit, and in order to get the total profit that Monopoly is making, we'll need to multiply that difference by the QM. Therefore the profit for Monopoly firm is going to be given by the blue rectangle. Now, to conclude, we also can mention that the profits that Monopoly is making in the short run are likely to remain into the long run. Now, what is the reason for that? Well, the main reason that monopoly may keep the profits into the long run is due to the fact that monopoly has very high barriers to entry. And these high barriers to entry, such as licenses or copyrights and patents over products, or perhaps some legal restrictions, or various intimidation tactics that monopoly will basically use against any potential rivals. So any of those all of these barriers will basically prevent any new entrants into the market, allowing monopoly to enjoy profits from the short run and into the long run. Okay, until next time, goodbye.